Hello and welcome to this episode of Abusuab3nni. So this week we decided to put together 5 common accusations, or what would we call it really?
Excuses
Accusations.
for gaslighting people.
I mean, after that passed, as I said in previous videos, we spoke to lots of people, and it appears there's a playbook, honestly, because the exact same things are being told to different families, different people at different times. So the purpose of putting together this video is to, number one, um, avoid you being shocked when you hear some of these things. Okay, so cool down, try not to take it to heart, don't get offended. No matter who you are, no matter how close you were with your dad or your mom or whoever it is that's passed away, people will tell you these things. They'll accuse you of these things and you'll get worn out. So just cool down.
And remember, anger is not a strategy.
So let's get into it. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
you killed your dad.
Hey,
This is so common, believe me. And
classic.
it's shocking.
Indeed.
You've just lost a relative and someone is telling you you killed them. And interestingly, we don't hear a lot of you killed your mom. I mean, let us know in the comments if you lost a mom or an aunt. Is this an accusation you've heard?
I think it's definitely on the top, on the top of the list. Yeah, you're looking at some of these, how to say, psychological triggers. That seem to be designed to just push vulnerable people at a most vulnerable time into a corner. Yeah. You killed your father.
I just cannot believe people say that, but trust me, we've spoken to lots of people and it's the same thing everywhere. So, my dear brother, my dear sister, if you've just lost someone and you've heard this accusation, don't take it to heart. Everybody's told the same thing.
And also, if you are one of the people who is leveling these accusations,
that's another angle.
Please, you need to also be mindful.
You can't just throw about such statements, just because you can. It's not right.
It's not fair either. Number
two, you are a child.
Hey. At 45.
At 50, 60. Yes. As long as someone is older than you, you're a child.
Incredible.
So again, don't be offended. Okay? In the eyes of whoever, you are still a child.
It doesn't matter that you have been managing your late father's estate for the last 20 years since you returned from a master's degree in the United Kingdom.
Even if you have 12 children, you are still a child.
In other words, whatever you are saying, whatever you are thinking, all rubbish.
Right. So moving on swiftly to number 3. You should get a loan.
Hey.
Actually, let's discuss this a little bit. Someone has died. I mean, I guess we could discuss this in another video, but getting a loan?
No, back up. Usually, before someone has died, there have been a series of expensive medical adventures.
Even if they weren't medical anything. It's, because, people's circumstances are different. For some people, it was just a case of day and night. There was no medical issue.
Could be.
But even at that, should you get a loan?
For a funeral? Huh? I mean, I understand getting a loan to invest, I understand getting a loan to, carry out some, maybe plug an emergency funding gap, But to get a loan to put a body in the ground in this economy.
Well, so again, do not be shocked. You will be asked to get a loan. Now, the decision is yours, whether you choose to get one or not. But the point of this video is to let you know that This is a very common statement. You should get a loan. So where are we now? Number 4. Right. So next point is number 4. You will only bury your father or your mother once.
Scam.
And why do people say this? I think we need to explain that.
I think
Like
it's
in conversations with people,
yeah.
there's a common theme. Like
Mhm.
why would someone say you only bury your father once?
Well, it's if you ask me, it's like a marketing tactic. The same way shops will say, offer last, hurry. How do they put it?
Sale, closing down sale, or yeah, closing down sale. It's the only one I can
Offer
think
valid
of.
while stocks last. Something like that.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
get it now or
Or
never
never.
again. These are all psychological triggers designed to empty out the pockets of vulnerable people at a very vulnerable time. You
Yeah.
know, to say, and this is what they say to everybody. So they tell this guy,
Yeah.
you only bury your father once, so empty your pockets. The next guy, you only bury your father once, empty your pockets. So it goes round, and then everybody's emptying pockets because you only bury your father once.
So yeah, that was point number 4. You only bury your father or your mother or your aunt once. Next point, number 5. Your father is not a chicken.
Hey.
So he cannot be buried very quickly. You know, I find this very shocking because, I mean, as you know, we've spoken to a lot of people, and it's interesting. Why don't they all say chicken? I haven't heard anyone say your father is not I don't know,
A goat.
a goat or a sheep. But it's honestly, if you talk to people, and maybe after this video, you can share your comments, down below, or just if you talk to people, it's the same things that are said. So your father is not a chicken. And this usually happens when you want to get a date. Remember, we spoke to someone recently, and we were told that they wanted to get the date, and is this the same thing?
And therefore, your father is not a chicken, so he has to be in the mortuary for 6 months, 1 year, racking up expenses. Your father is not a chicken, therefore, prepare to spend X million amount of money to feed an entire village. Why? Your father is not a chicken. I mean, yes, he's not a chicken. He's a human being. He was a human person. And why should that be the basis for asking me to basically bankrupt myself and my family? Again, like I say, to put a body in the ground.
Well, honestly, you will hear these things. The number of times we've been told this, by in conversation with others who've lost a loved one as well. I know we did say 5 points, but I'm going to add this bonus one. So we'll call it a bonus. Number 6 or bonus. It says, if you don't do XYZ, you will embarrass your father. That's also a very common one. And what do people mean when they actually say that? Again, it's all relating to expenses, isn't it?
Obviously, it's saying, look, whatever we say to you, whatever amount of money we ask you to spend, don't try to cut down on the budget because your father, who has passed on to greater glory, is concerned about the size of the lavish party you're going to throw for him. So if you don't do that, in greater glory, he will be embarrassed. I mean, it's all the same psychological triggers.
Thing. And in fact, within this point, it just occurred to me. So I guess this is another bonus point. But a lot of people, like, basically, if you've lost someone and you're about to plan a funeral, bear in mind you'll be told to feed, I don't know, millions of people,
an entire village.
Yeah, pretty much. So again, it's something very common. So don't get shocked, because it's easy to get shocked when you hear this sort of thing.
You know what? The shocking part is not that they tell you these things. I think the shocking part is that the people telling you these things oftentimes are unwilling or sometimes even unable to foot the expenses that they expect you to shoulder. I think that's shocking.
Yeah.
Asking me to take a loan. Most of these people don't even know what the going rates for bank loans are, the interest rates. So, I mean, I find that shocking. Would you spend your own money? Would you bankrupt yourself for a funeral?
So do you have any other points that you want to share?
Yes, I remembered one.
Mm.
We will support you.
uh,
Often this comes from the extended family members encouraging you, to agree to the scale and the grandeur of this lavish funeral that is being planned. My brother, my sister, collect your money up front. There's a reason why. Because at the end of the day, if you're not careful, you will be left holding the short end of the stick. I mean, tell me, why should we bankrupt the living to bury the dead? Why?
Yeah. Well, there you have it. And actually, I just want to chip in that, in as much as there will be people who will claim to support you and not support you, you will also find a lot of friends and well-wishers who are absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
super supportive.
Indeed.
I mean,
often people you never expect. People often from far away, pull through and really just, become a shoulder for you in that difficult time.
I think we'll probably do, who knows, we may or may not do another video, about that side of things where your friends, well wishers will be so, so supportive, so helpful. I mean, and to all those who helped us when our dad died, thank you so, so much.
I think
we are very grateful.
Yeah, I think it's also important to reiterate that there is no one who is, reluctant about burying their loved one. When we highlight these things, it's not because we are reluctant to to spend money or to put together a decent funeral. Not at all. It's rather
no one wants to be cheated.
No, or gaslighted.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess it's a thing of tactics, and how you do it. I think that, the way they go around it oftentimes is a bit, can be
I feel
much
like it's
better.
designed to wear you out in a way.
Indeed. To exploit, I'd rather say, especially in a very difficult time, you see. But again, like I say, at that time, I don't think those are the 5 things you want to be hearing from the people closest to you. I don't think so.
At all,
So we can do better.
Honestly, and we should
indeed do better.
We should do better. We should do better. So thank you so much for watching.
Yep.
We started with 5 points, but I think we gave you 2 or 3 extra bonus points, which came up as we were doing this video. So again, I say, if you've lost a loved one recently, I'm so sorry for your loss. Be strong, be encouraged. If you hear any of these things we've shared today, try not to take it to heart. Try not to get angry. Just cool your temper, and just focus on getting your loved one buried. And then you have time to grieve, once all the proceedings are over. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. And until next time, this is Abusuab3nni.
In fact, I think people should go with a list of these 5 things to those family meetings and say, I already have I know them.
Before.
I know what you are going to say, so don't try me.
I think we should try that. Actually, put in the comments below. If these
you are still recording.
Yeah, still recording. These are some of the common ones that we've heard. We've spoken to a lot of people, but there may be something that we didn't bring up or we haven't heard. Just comment below and let's share. Let's educate people and let's help make each other strong. Right. Well, that's it for this episode. So see you next time on Abusuab3nni.